Hello. Hang on, smooth the computer. Hello, everybody. I'm Carola. I'm here just to do a quick live on where to now. What are we experience? What energy are we in? And what to do about it next? Okay, so welcome. I'm a soul mender. I do readings. I'm a psychic medium, remote view. I can channel into things. Also, I run my own business, so which I quite love, and I run classes here as well. So, anyway, welcome to this beautiful episode of If It Doesn't Resonate, Stroll Past. That's all I can say is I just want to talk about the chaos of this energy, the tower energy that we're in, and it's very chaotic. What are we feeling in our heart? Are you actually in your heart space? Are you actually doing understanding how to be in the heart space? So I want to touch those basic views. So I feel when you're in your heart space, you do things from the heart. So that's even when it comes to self-love, self-worth, standing in your own power, basically. I believe that the reason there's so many chaotic things out there is because we allow ourselves to get involved in the chaos or the energy of the chaos, where we don't know which way to go or where to turn and what to do next. So I suggest that taking time out and coming out of your thinking brain and going back into your heart is very important. It affects all of us, whether we like it or not. And I believe the card here is letting go of everything that doesn't serve you. We all have little addictions here and there, and do things that we shouldn't sometimes, like eating too much sweets sometimes, or creating, excuse the noise, creating things that don't surface anymore, staying in toxic relationship, thinking we can change someone when we know deep down we cannot, and stuff like that. So rebirthing our energy is really important in the moment, okay? So allowing yourself to feel, understand, and release, okay? I think that's very important, okay? So when you allow yourself to feel your emotions, you're basically tuned into who you are. And releasing them is something where you don't hold on to, you don't carry stuff on your shoulders, you don't overthink things like many of us do. So I just want to touch base with that. So the best thing is basically to just let go, analyze where you're at, and really put some love back into yourself instead of always running up after everything else and after people. Is do the work for yourself as well. You know, people will come in alignment to where they're at their time. I want to discuss where we are at in the human space in the moment, because I'm getting a lot of readings of people just assuming that is how someone feels, assuming that's how it should be, assuming all these different things. And so I'm going to do a quick world read, how our soul essence is aligning with what's going on in the world, basically. So the first card I've pulled is a hanged man. So the world is very upside down. Like I said, we're in the tower energy. So that means it's very confusing for a lot of people. And they don't understand why all this stuff is happening still and stuff like that. I've got a beautiful card here. The Ten of Chalice. Have a look at how beautiful is it. Union, coming together as a family, embracing humanity again. And we got another, the 7, overindulgent. So we're putting the cups here together. Is, have we pushed everything in life so far that we come to this? So where we've overindulged in things, where we've dragged family members into things, and should we go back to being a family? I think that's the most important thing. So we've got the Chariot here. So there's a new energy driving in. Are we ready for the new energy? Can you pick your fruits, which is a pentacle? So you're picking, increasing and stuff like that. Or do we want to stay lost in this energy that we are experiencing? This is a 5, by the way, 5 of Pentacles. Or are we going to embrace and see a beautiful future? So we have a lot to think about as humanity moves forward. Are we going to look after self, embrace our womb, embrace womanhood, the goddess, added energy is another thing. Where are we standing with all this? The 9 of Cups. I'm having a lot of cups here in the moment. It's all about filling up the cups, and then we have the Wheel. So how do we move forward out of this energy that has been actually taken over by people that call themselves that they should know better, by the WEF, who want you to own nothing and be happy? Are you going to be happy with that? Are you really, really going to allow everything to be stripped away from you, and they have everything? And how much do they actually need? What do they actually want? Why are they doing it? Who do they think they are? Why are they trying to play God? This is the big question. So I was always called a conspiracy theorist years ago, which I don't have a problem with. So I really don't care with the name, what would I know how? But I've been doing reading so long, and what I see is a very controlled future if we don't do something about it. We all have to step in our power. We all have to do work on ourselves and understand what's really going on within ourselves. Our body's our temple, and how you treat it is up to you. You can look outside of yourself and trying to find everything, or you can look within yourself and fix your heart. It's like, like putting the puzzles back together. So I'm going to do a world reading here on what's actually going on. And these are beautiful cards, because it's called the Vision Quest, okay? They're very native cards, okay? So what's going on with the earth, the water, the sky? What do we need to know? Inside, we need to open up inside. What's really going on inside the earth, around the earth? Have knowledge. Check your knowledge out. Learn. The 9 of Fire, we all need inner strength. So does the earth. Right. 7 of Fire, endurance. The mother, the water. We must look after the water on the world, everywhere around the world. Do you think we can keep poisoning the water and then think we're going to have beautiful? This is the mother of earth. So looking after the planet, sending some love into the planet. The Two of Earth, this is a yin and yang card. There's a lot of changes. So it's a choice, is a planet. There's so many fear factors out there in the moment with climate change, but is it true? Who's actually creating the climate change? Is it man-made? Is it by people who actually don't wish us well? So here's the water. Okay, so looking after, that's Father Water. Not to overfish and let everything regrow as well. The Father of Earth is here, so it's a balance, because we got, if you have a look, we have the Mother and Father, and the Mother and Father of Water and Earth. So that's balancing everything with this card as everything changes. So it's quite interesting. Is we need unity back on Earth. There's too much separation, too many lies, untruth. You need to go back into your heart space and love your family and love the people around you, to be kind. It doesn't mean you have to live in their space. It's just be kind. The Mother of Fire. So we're getting quite a lot of cards to remind us that, the sun, we get told to stay away from the sun and trust your spirit guides. Trust your intuition, your gut feeling. And Nine of Water, the joy, and come back into your happiness and laughter and fun. Send some, laughter sends beautiful vibrations to the earth. Having fun and enjoying people's family, surrendering to your journey. It's quite interesting, actually. So I've been watching kind of different shows lately, and they're so out there, and it's so sad, actually, that people can actually think they can take this earth over. They're not elected members of government. No one has trust in the government anymore. Who really put this agendas since 1971? All these agendas been, even patents on everything is, so you can actually Google all this, and they actually wrote books about it as well. So it's not a conspiracy theories like most people think. Do you want to end up like being controlled by a credit score? There's so many things that have been thrown at us in the moment. Are you actually seeing it for what it is, or are you just shutting your eyes to it? How do we come out of all those situations? It's quite interesting. So let's have a quick look. So, okay, so beautiful. What's going to happen with the WEF within? Are they going to get? Hang on, let's ask the question. Is the WEF going to get called out for what we're doing? Are they going to get called out for what they are doing to humanity? It's coming in the future. So that's a Two of Wands. They'll be frozen out. There'll be a big hooray. I'm not going to mention names. Everyone can Google what WEF means. All right. It's all about changing the money system. That's the Seven of Pentacles as well. They came here to slay us. You can read that in the books anyway. Okay. There's a lot of hidden information still to come out. So not everything has been shown yet. And yes, they'll be held accountable. I read the other day is they want to turn these grubs into butter. I mean, for God's sake, stop playing God with our ecosystem. We have animals, bugs, humans, look at on this earth, but we've unbalanced it so much because we spray everything as well. It's quite interesting. Is sitting back as the Empress, there's a lot of feminine power stepping forward. I think they have had enough. So the 8 is coming, the Temperance, and the Future. I think for us, it's if you do work on yourself and you understand that, trust your heart. Go into your heart space. Go back into the vibration of where you feel your heart guiding you, not in your head, but you get, if it doesn't feel right, it's not right, right? Start feeling again. Step out of this AI system, like, do you want to live in a metaverse? Like, why did they create that so you could play? We had games. First it was like, first we bought the television. It tells you a vision and it's supposed to sink in your head. Then it's mind control, basically, some of the things that they do on the television, and they tell you anyway, but whether you see it or not is a different thing. Is it a big mind control? Yes, it is. What you believe, if you're not so susceptible into believing and don't follow fear, good for you. Stand in your power. But fear mongering has been going on for so long on this planet. Isn't it in time to step out of it? Enough is enough. Do you know what I mean? Like, let go, unhook the fear, step into the dimensional universe that we actually hear with the central sun, the energy, the dimensions. Do you know? Learn to understand. Like, we always think that people, they're trying to keep us away from remembering, but remember your journey. It's your life, your happiness, your emotions. Everything about you starts with you, healing you, understanding you, loving you, so you can love someone else. It's all about how you look at it. Anyway, basically you're responsible for yourself. You come into this earth, you got brought up, and then all of a sudden you're into more of a grown-up, and then you're responsible of who you are. It's not no one else's job to be responsible for your journey. There's many people with kindness and that help a lot of people. That's fine, but remember, is your choices are what leads you to where you have become today. And it doesn't matter whether it's wrong, right, or it's what you learn out of it, how you perceive yourself to be the unique you that you actually are. Never believe that you're not unique. You are. You have strength. You have power, more than you will ever realize if you align and balance yourself. It's all about balancing. The same with on this earth. We need balance here. We don't need all this chaos, the frequency of chaos. Listen to music that makes you happy, laugh. Take yourself back to the memories when you had fun. There's too much serious stuff going on in this world at the moment. So I'm going to use some different cards. So I'm going to use the map in a moment. Great catch. Yay. Anyway. So what is there to expect the next, till December? I'll do a reading till December, I think. So details, look at all the details that we are shown in this world, and what is, check the details, research. Don't believe everything you hear. It's up to you to research, okay? We're going into a deep freeze. A lot of people are talking about a recession, something like that. Is it a recession? It's something within our hearts as well. we need to really rebalance everything. It's like, and then we're going to that one ring circus. Well, that's what it feels like. There's a certain amount of people that run the circus, but are we going to allow them? They think they're higher than us. Are we going to allow that? Where, humanity is all equal. You're born into this beautiful world. You come as you are, naked. When you leave this world, you get buried. You can't take it all with you. So I don't understand all this money hoarding that these so-called WEF want to take. Everything will be coming back together. So this is up till December. It is how humanity actually works together. Stop fighting with each other. Stop thinking that you're above everything. No one is above everything. People are equal. Here's the wishing well. We can make everything good if we choose to. The wishing well is open to us. Here's a dragon slayer. So there's a lot of heads going to roll, basically. There's a lot of things going to change, okay? Where to? How are we going to do it? Be gentle with yourself. The wizard of awareness. Be aware of what's actually going on around you and in this world. The magic stream comes back if you see the magic. And the lucky last card, the spirit of plays. Go back to your spirit, your higher self. The answers always lay within the spirit, our higher selves. It's quite interesting. So, all right, enough of this. So we're going to look at different situations now, okay? If you close your eyes and you meditate and you have visions, how do you understand your visions? Let's talk about that a little bit. So visions are beautiful. So I'm a very visionary person. I see a lot of things. So I can remote view into situations as well. So being a visionary is like this is a balanced heart, okay? So if you see that, you're balancing everything. That means you're feminine, you're male, your inner child, your heart space, grounding yourself. And grounding is very important in the moment because of the chaos, right? When we talk about animal spirits as well, is you have visions sometimes of animals, and this is this awakening to your animal spirit. And it's a beautiful thing. I have some books on animal spirits, and they're lovely. You can pull out, and they so resonate because everything on earth matters. So letting go. Speak your words, but don't harm people with your words, okay? You don't need to be cruel. Talk about karma a little bit, okay? So here's karma, right? It goes, this beautiful white light. So we're born, and then apparently we were born with karma. But we also have choices on how we resolve things. I always believe there's a hard road and an easy road to do things, right? So to me, some of us are the wild ones who decided to take the harder road in life. So, but here is a beautiful, you can either go around and round and round, and karma has different meanings. Is a lot of people use karma. Oh, I wish they get their karma. But that's not very. That bit might be good or good and dandy, but we're here to resolve our trauma, our heart, our so-called that we've been done wrong by. But have we really? Have we? We've gone on this journey and to live life in so many different ways, and so many beautiful adventures, yet we're taught to everything is so negative. But if you didn't go through that, you wouldn't have had that experience. I just believe everything's a really experience. Some are harsher than others, some are cruel, some are unkind. But in the end, you're the one carry that experience with you, and we need to heal it and need to let the other people that are so unkind not waste our energy on them. It's their journey to deal with their unkindness in humanity, basically. Does it mean you have to forgive them? God, no, you do not. You forgive yourself more than, you don't forgive people's behavior if they're not, go around shooting people or running people over or being mean, nasty, narcissist, whatever. You just move away from them and heal what needs healing with you. But it's always going back into your heart, protecting you. This is a protection card. And seeing what the future. So this is beautiful. Look at that. And these are stargates as well. So, being connected to your family, your soul family. Sometimes people come here to teach us lessons, so they say, but I think we need to step out of these cruelty lessons. And humans are very nasty and cruel to each other, whether you like me saying it or not. But when I look at it, is, how can you put Jesus Sananda or Jeshua, I'll call him Jeshua Sananda, how can you put someone, like, even if it's put in a churches, he's put on a nail and hanging there to remind people, and then say, oh, he died for your sins. No one ever dies for your sins. They're your experiences that you learn from. Are they really sins? Well, there's some very sinister people out there, yes. Should we be aware of them? Yes. Should we be aware of people who are evil? Yes. There's also very beautiful people out there. Not everyone is like that. What I see in the moment is not very nice and very evil, what they're doing to humanity, trying to put us into this box of no freedom. But we as a collective need to change that. We have more power. And once you realize how powerful we actually are, we can release all that. So if that makes sense. But mainly I want to talk about the love that you can give yourself, so you can go back out and love. It's time to change this chaotic energy. It's time to reach out to each other and help each other. And that's what they're afraid of. See, if we keep separating us from each other, they control us. So it's not a good thing. It doesn't mean you can spend time alone. Of course you can. It means you can do anything you like, basically, and be unique about it. But don't let, why is there so many rules? Why is there everything taxed so high? It's so that we actually can't move forward in humanity. So, and why is it that only certain corporation made billions the last couple of years? They shut everything down, so everyone loses money. So it's a pretty big awakening that we need to basically be aware of. So to move out of it is the most important thing. It's not about blaming our neighbours or blaming, the people down the road. It's rebuilding our communities. Grow your own veggies, grow fruit trees, which they're trying to ban in some countries here in Australia. Would you believe it? But have your own veggie patch. Become self-sufficient again, like we used to be many, many years ago. There's nothing nicer than growing your own tomatoes and eating all that kind of fresh fruit. So, all right. Enough said of that. I was going to ask some questions on lies versus truth. How do we know if something is a lie, and do we know if it's true? By your heart space. If it doesn't feel right, it is not right. So is there good lies out there? Of course there is. So how do you recognize that someone's actually, like, especially with the internet, there's so many stories out there about things, is really research what you, and then feel it to see if it's true or not. It's quite interesting. And then you can really watch how people put certain truth together, you know. And if it's too good to be true, it probably is. So the daughter of fire, how beautiful. Cleanse, smudge. Use tea tree oil. Use aromatherapy to lift your moods. They want you to believe that we're in depletion of everything. They bought up all this farmland and they're not growing anything on it, so that there'll be a depletion of food. Do you know, when I look at all these companies like Ampol make millions of dollars in profit, Amazon, I don't know, all these big corporations and companies out there, you know, the supermarkets always trying to squash the little people, and that's been going on for quite a while. So you really have to look at the motives of humanity, you know. So, and then the people that obey, like I watched a show where they actually go into universities and put people in charge of policing things. They've never done policing before, but all of a sudden they're in charge of it, and they've done it all over America. So it was interesting to watch, actually. So even the people are turning against their own people because they think they have their authorities to police. It blows my mind. Anyway, well, there's enough wealth on this earth, so don't believe there's depletion. They're just betraying it as that. Okay. The air, we have to have clean air. I feel they've been spraying a lot in the sky. People reckon I'm crazy, but I don't think so. The 5 of air, fear. We have to step out of the fear for everything. We can't stay in that fear energy. That's how we move forward. Take your happiness back. Take your life back. Oh, endurance. I still got that. That's a 7 of wands. The hurt. A lot of people have been hurt, and that needs healing. There's a lot of people, yes. The water, they're trying to lose. Water is very important. So the water keeps coming up in all my readings about everything that's going on. And insecurity. There's a lot of insecurity out there. So it's quite interesting. So how do we move forward out of all this? How do we, by taking your power back, go back into your heart? I don't ever see this agenda lasting, so that's just my opinion, and I don't feel it will. I always believe people will be held accountable for what they sow. They will reap what comes. So there's only so much humanity will take, and then they will stand up. It's quite interesting. It's like the Western world has gone totally crazy in certain ways, losing their farmland. Look how much land got bought by certain countries, even here in Australia, you know, it's owned by China. You know, why? Why does it, you know, why are they invading other places? It's more of a silent taking your land away. It's more done in silence that way, you see, instead of bombarding it with bombs. They do it that way. How do we solve all these problems that we created and allowed, basically by stepping into your power, and your heart. Stop hating, start loving again, be kind. Love has a beautiful vibration. Liking yourself, kindness has. And it makes you smile in your heart when you're kind to someone else. It's just a beautiful feeling. So, instead of me slagging everyone off, I just think, you know what? They will get what they deserve in the future. I'm not going to eat bugs. To conform to a system like China has, do you really want that in the world? Should we really go down that road where you have to live on a credit score? Me being a rebel a bit like that, I just wouldn't fit in, unfortunately. So I don't know how other people think about it, but it's pretty true. So I'm just going to do the last reading. And my wish for everyone is to really work on themselves and love from your heart. Feel your feelings and really allow yourself to be true to who you are. Step out of that confusionness of the metaverse, following the crowd, following the information on television. Step out of it. It's not serving you at all. Always remember you're born here for a reason and enjoy that reason. So saying sorry to the people you were mean to because they didn't choose what you believed in. So being kind again. Right? It doesn't matter what people do. It's their choice, their body, end of story. No one endangered you. It was all a big fat lie. So supporting each other again. How beautiful is that? I'm actually using a friend of mine cards. They're called by Katie Kay. She's Australian. You can buy them on her website. They're very simple cards, but very see the balance. They're very give you information straight away. So stand in your power, don't move, be courageous, have courage, be strong. We'll be safe and secure. So look after your friends and family. Be kind to the people that need help. Anything helps. Trust your gut feeling, your intuition, your psyche. We're all psychic. We all have the ability to do that. Be aware that there's a lot of misleading information, like a snake out there, the red apple. So, and a lot of this is true. The angel world this is a very beautiful card where we're all looked after. We all have our guardian angels. Just remember that. We all have so money and prosperity. It always will be. Okay, it's just our mind thinks that we always have lack of. Think that you have enough. So there's a lot of improvement coming. So it is how we perceive it. If you stay negative, that's all you will see is negativity. If you come out of negativity and start standing into a more positive lifestyle and how you see yourself, things will always improve. Okay, so I'm signing off now. So I hope that makes sense to you. I'll see you all next time. Much blessing. Bye-bye.